All Blacks and the Wallabies, because while ever we're remembering rugby union, we're forgetting about the fact that Bangladesh just beat us in the cricket. Appreciate that. Isn't it marvellous when countries can beat Australia at any sport? I mean, we are such a sports-loving people. We excel at so many levels of sport, and we celebrate our cultural diversity in so many different ways, but I think it is marvellous when we see countries rise up, and particularly when they beat us. I think we appreciate great sportsmen and great sportswomen, and so congratulations to Bangladesh, and I'm sure that'll be a topic of conversation in many of our multicultural media outlets over the next week. Can I acknowledge our Premier, who I will formally introduce in just a moment, my parliamentary colleague Xinyu Li, certainly Harry Haranath, and Harkin, who is here, Harkin Harmon, who is here, our CEO of Multicultural New South Wales, so thank you very much. But importantly tonight, all the various outlets of multicultural media. The Multicultural Media Awards recognise excellence in reporting on multicultural affairs and celebrates the role of our multicultural media outlets. Our New South Wales population consists of 307 ancestries, speaking 216 languages and practicing over 140 different religions. They represent a remarkable number of stories that are quite often overlooked in the mainstream media. Multicultural media, on the other hand, is a trusted and reliable source of information. They provide hubs of knowledge and connection to even the smallest diverse communities. Multicultural media gives voice to incredible stories of cultural diversity, stories of hardship and struggle, but importantly, the successes and achievements of migration in this country, creating a greater sense of understanding and cohesion across our communities. It is vital to have a reliable source of communication in order to connect directly to multicultural communities, expressing not only important up-to-date information, but also heritage, culture and languages. This is exactly what our multicultural media outlets do. They do it on a daily basis, and tonight we recognise and commend their successes. Tonight's awards will be incredibly competitive, with more than 120 nominations over 14 different categories, and I commend each and every one of not only the nominees but certainly the award winners tonight, but everybody who supports and works in multicultural media. And on that note, can I proudly introduce probably one of the most notable migrants to this country, certainly in New South Wales, a lady who is very, very proud of her background, proud of our heritage, but certainly even proud to be the Premier of this state, the Honourable Gladys Berejiklian.
Because you have an enormous responsibility in not just protecting the wonderful multicultural society we have in New South Wales, but taking all of us together to the next level. So thank you for everything you do on my behalf and on the people of New South Wales. Can I also acknowledge Dr. Li, who is the Member for Parramatta and my Parliamentary Secretary for Western Sydney and Multiculturalism, who's here with us this evening. And Dr. Li and I often attend many functions, as well as Mr. Williams. Can I also, from the bottom of my heart, thank Uncle Chika for that warm welcome to country. It's so appropriate for us to acknowledge the traditional custodians of the land in which we stand, and pay our respect to elders past and present, and pay tribute to the fact that our Indigenous brothers and sisters have the longest continuing culture on the face of the earth, and it's something we should all be proud of at all times. Can I also acknowledge Dr. Harry Haranath and everybody involved in making tonight possible, because it is with an enormous sense of pride as the daughter of migrants that we come to celebrate so many of you in this room who tell the stories of people, of families, of cultures which otherwise would not be told. And not just tell stories that would otherwise not be told, but tell them from a position of empathy and cultural understanding. As journalists in the multicultural space, you know what is taboo, you know the questions to ask, and you know how to make the most of every story that comes across your desk. We rely on you to ask those questions which other journalists don't ask, to have that empathy and to have that understanding which allows individuals, families and organisations to tell those stories which add to the depth and richness of our multicultural society here in New South Wales. I've yet to meet a state or a country that is so harmonious and has as its strength, one of its attributes, the cultural diversity all of us enjoy. I think that's something all of us can be proud of. But for all of you in this room who contribute to the harmony that we share, to the cultural diversity we celebrate, through your storytelling, through your fact-finding, we applaud you tonight collectively. We applaud you, yes, I think that deserves a round of applause. We applaud you for your know-how, we applaud you for your courage, and at times I know it requires a great deal of courage to potentially cover the subject matters or cover questions or areas of reporting which could be confronting for some of us, but again, a responsibility you bear in a professional, respectful and appropriate way. I'm extremely proud to be the Premier of a state which celebrates this diversity, which celebrates and has done so for decades, the successive waves of migration that have made us the society we are. And when you look at my surname, I remember growing up, I don't think anybody would have assumed that someone with a surname like Berejiklian would have achieved the highest office in New South Wales. But I think it says a lot about our state. And I think the fact that half of everybody in our state has at least one parent born overseas shows that I'm pretty much the norm and not the outlier. So from the bottom of my heart, I want to thank everybody who's been involved in tonight's celebration of success and celebration of storytelling. And we can appreciate what a difficult task the judges had. We can appreciate what a difficult road some of the journalists have been through themselves. I think some of the storytelling should be on your path to your success. What's actually brought you to New South Wales and allows you to tell the stories you tell. And I hope that we'll also have the opportunity tonight to celebrate your stories as well as the stories which you've told on behalf of others. So thank you on behalf of the 8 million people who call New South Wales home, because what we're celebrating tonight is really a celebration of the success story of New South Wales. It's about the way in which we play our role in global harmony as well, by being such a wonderful example of Australians, of people coming together, respecting our rights and responsibilities, but being incredibly proud of where we've come from, irrespective of our background, irrespective of our heritage. And for that, we should celebrate, and for that, we extend a special debt of gratitude to the multicultural journalists we're celebrating this evening. Thank you very much.
Xinyu Li, exposing the devastating and often silent reality of domestic violence in the Chinese community. This story powerfully highlights why members of migrant communities may feel unable to leave abusive relationships, and calls for governments to do more to empower domestic violence survivors with the courage to leave.